of hands, how many of you have not been to stand-up before? This is your first stand-up. Raise it high. Okay, so we got a couple. Alright, so real quickly, for those of you that are attending your first stand-up, we do this the first Monday of every month, as best as we can. Occasionally we may need to adjust the schedule, but that's our plan. We do it to just gather together physically and to share updates, announcements, get to know one another, okay? The idea of Standup is born out of the Target companies, which do it before they open the store each day with their associates. They get together at the end of the cash registers and just have a word of updates and motivation and inspiration for the day. I don't know if they still do it today, but I learned about it years ago. As Francie knows, I like to shamelessly steal great ideas, so I thought that was a great idea, and it's always worked pretty well with the organizations I've been a part of. Next part of stand-up is to introduce folks that are new to the organization, and I usually let the folks that are overseeing that part of the company, department, program, etc., make those introductions. So, do we have any introductions of the new folks here that need to be made?
We do. We have Brandon Shekin joining us down here on the floor.
All right, Brandon. Brandon, why don't you tell the group what capacity you're serving in here?
So I just started 2 weeks ago. I will be serving as a project manager in the main office. Right now, focusing on one project in particular, but see where that takes us. So excited to be here.
Great, thank you. Welcome, Brandon. Other introductions, whether the person is here in person or not, anybody new in the department or the organization that you want to shout out, at the very least their name. Okay, sounds like we've got people accounted for. We've got a guest here that is not new to the organization that I want to announce, and that's Jan Powers. Jan, you'll raise your hand. So Jan is involved with us. Once again, she has a background in communications, marketing, public relations, and she'll be doing some project-focused work for us and with us as a result of some COVID funding that we brought in and some projects that we're doing related to that funding. There's communication components that are going to help us to roll out what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, where we're doing it, both internal to the organization and external to the organization. So, Jan, I'd like you, I'll put you on the spot. Since communications is your thing, probably not something that seriously somebody asks you to follow up with.
No, what he said. I'm from Dubuque. I've worked with Lacrosse off and on for over 15 years, and so I have a real soft place in my heart for all the things that I do. And like Mike said, I'm going to be helping on some different projects to communicate both internally and externally with lots of different audiences to get messages out about the great things that are happening and how they're connected both with each other and with lots of different organizations and communities. So I'm super happy to be involved. I couldn't remember where the gym was when I pulled up, and then I walked in and I'm like, duh, Jan, you helped with the grand opening how many years ago when the gym opened. I'm like, this feels good. So anyway, glad to be part of this.
I'll start. I want to follow up on Mike's email from last week and recognize and congratulate the operations leadership team. I think we've got 3 of the 4 here today, so I think everybody knows you. Just kind of wait once I tag you. Carrie Merrick, Sydney Hess, Todd Birch, and then our 4th who will be participating via Josh's recording here will be Faith from the Southeast. So congratulate those guys when you get a chance. Look forward to working with them. I think some really good things to come. From there we'll be finalizing, hopefully yet this week, kind of the next step, and that is the shared support leadership and our clinical council for no press. So look forward to hearing more really soon.
We are working on some different recruitment efforts. You'll probably be hearing some ads on the radio fairly soon that we're going to get going here. CARES Act funded, we were able to rely on an online e-learning tool. So we'll be transitioning to that. We will start the build in sometime this month and hopefully ready to go live with that in January. So you will start seeing communications on that coming up for a new e-learning tool. So offer CEUs and leadership tracks.
Yeah, I'll put a plug in for Relias, and Hillcrest's interest in research on the Relias platform predates my involvement with Hillcrest, but in my past life, we contracted with Relias across companies like Hillcrest, and it's just a tremendous value add to all of the colleagues throughout the organization. It's going to allow us to do some distant learning and teaching and get some of those things that can't be done from a distance by way of, like the OSHA requirement or something else that you have to learn about how to manage hazards or some of the stuff that Rita talked about, etc., that can be addressed remotely as well as in person. And then it allows, as Chelsea was saying, CEUs is a big benefit to a lot of folks that are growing professionally and benefit from CEUs for their education, for the license perhaps. It also allows, it's a platform that allows us as an organization to build and promote and distribute our own content. So as we start to get excited about sharing our best practices in different programs, whether that's Mentor with Youth, IHH, HSL, the RCF, it gives an opportunity for us to build content that will allow folks that are not employed here yet, but are coming, to be able to jump on the Relias system and learn about, what it is that they need to know as part of their orientation and onboarding to RCF, as an example. So I'm pretty excited about that myself.
We'll talk a little bit about Access Me Care. So you'll be introduced to that software platform in the next, I'm guessing, couple of weeks. So really what it is, it's a tool for us. It's a tool for us to engage our clients in making sure that they have the resources and services they need to better themselves. Whether that's services here or services in the community like Crescent Primary Health Care or transportation services or housing services. So we're excited to give you that platform. So it's not a program, it's ultimately a tool for you to use, again, to better serve your clients. So look for that information coming out soon, and we'll put the platform in your hands while you're working with the direct facing clients. There's another exciting opportunity that's happening in the school piece, a couple classrooms. We'll be turning a couple classrooms into a telehealth resource network, so basically a data center. Again, it's not a program, it's really driving the application of Access Me Care. So the inputs that you put into the software system, referrals, eligibility, and taking that person to service delivery, that data will be gathered and put into that telehealth resource network so we can make informed decisions moving forward in the community. Examples of some of those informed decisions: if we make 500 referrals down to Crescent and realize that 250 of them can't access that service for some reason, whether it be transportation, we can work with a community such as Jewel or RTA to ensure that those people have transportation needs to get to their appointments so they can have that health care from that perspective. So it's really, for us, it's exciting because we're going to use the data to make informed decisions on how we service our consumers and how we best serve them in the future. Those are two exciting things that will be happening in the near future. So you'll see, once we get excited, there'll be, I think 5 big screen TVs and 3 9-seat office areas that people will be working on, so that information will be coming in. So it should be an interesting look and an interesting use of data and analytics. So
I'm Katie, this is Cassie with the HIV department. So coming up on December 1st is World AIDS Day. This has been a day that's been dedicated since 1988 to raising awareness to the AIDS pandemic caused by HIV, as well as the loss of those who lost their lives. So we've been kind of coming up with some activities, events to help engage the community, as well as Hillcrest as a whole. Yeah, so we'll have some events the week of December 1st, which is World AIDS Day. Still working on the details of some of that stuff, but all the activities will include staff and clients. They'll all be COVID friendly. So we'll be sending out some emails and flyers and stuff like that.
Simon, in some way, shape, or form, ask you to come back a month from now and share, probably like we've done here, thinking about this month ahead as being one where we recognize and give thanks and show our appreciation and gratitude to others. For me, the holiday season, Christmas holiday, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate during the winter time of the month, is one that brings in peace and joy, I think. It's not for, at least in meaning and in symbolism, for me and family. That's what I try to attach to, understanding that not everybody has a peaceful and joyous holiday at different times of years. It can bring up attachments to trauma that's happened in the past during the seasons, the loss of loved ones, etc. But I do find that, in particular, the holiday season allows for just a renewal of spirit and energy for me. I know that we have a Reflections event coming up, which I think Hillcrest is known for. It's kind of the Hillcrest event of that season, if not the year. And so, I would ask that as you leave from here and go into this next month, before we come back together, that you not only think about those things that you're grateful for and you give thanks for them, but you think about what it is that you need to do in the following month to bring peace into your life. And one thing for me in particular as it relates to peace is that peace doesn't exist without grace in my life. And that grace is about forgiveness. And so it's hard to achieve peace until I feel like things that don't bring me peace, that are often created in my own actions, my own words, my own times that I've fallen down and not done the right thing, said the right thing, responded in the right way. When those can be forgiven, it clears the way for just a relaxation, feeling that, we can fail, but that doesn't make us failures, right? And think about that too, not just in your own personal lives, but in the lives of those that you interact with, right? Whether that's a child, an adolescent, an adult that we're providing care to for. Take those times, if this is resonating with you at all, as it relates to your own baggage and luggage and times that have fallen down and have a hard time getting up, and multiply it. Multiply it by 5, multiply it by 10, multiply it by 100. And then think about the clients that we serve, because oftentimes the struggle in moving forward for them is the weight that they put around their own neck with inability to forgive themselves.